Hmm, Assessment. What are we really teaching students? We argue that education should be student centered, their ideas, their passions, their goals, and ultimately their growth. But grades, letters, or numbers that determine product quality do not in any way reflect student centered learning. See, we assess students as if we as educators have the right to attach a number or a grade to their success, when in reality, their true success has nothing to do with that. In our education system, grades are so important, and we learn these skills and tools and techniques to be able to become master memorizers, and the students have excellent studying strategies that they use over and over, and they can cram all the necessary information into one or two given nights if they're lucky. But if they're not so lucky, they can't, and they don't. And we as educators deem them unsuccessful and receive the stigma that we give them these negative assessment levels because of their inability to comply with bullshit rules of what learning looks like. If education is what we're trying to promote, then school and assessment is oftentimes hindering that. It keeps it from happening. And it's not because of the fact that we shouldn't learn, it's because of the fact that there's not one way to learn. And learning should not be strategic and dictated by curriculum based on ideologies that are founded in, yeah, I said it. We teach children and students to think a certain way, and then we judge them in their ability or inability to do so. We need creativity, and we need to understand that there's so many different unique ways to teaching and learning, and that students have to care less about the number or the grade and care so much more about challenging themselves to think. We're supposed to inspire students, their minds, their beings, and their souls, not just fill their heads like empty vessels. Thanks, John Locke. Tabula rasa. The educational system is a game, and if you're really good at playing it, you'll be successful and go far in life. But what about the kids who aren't good at playing the game, but understand the rules, and they recognize the fact that they're based solely around specific groups of people who are ideal, but that isn't ideal at all, nor is it equitable in any manner. What about the kids who understand far more about the system has ever taught them, but they're unable to explain themselves because of the limitation imposed on them by teachers who must simply follow the curriculum and give them a test? A multiple choice, show me what you know, answer these questions, fill in the blanks, and write something down. But if you answer anything that's not listed on my copy or is even slightly outside of the box, big X, because thinking outside of the box in education is wrong. And you're only assessed well if you're able to think how I want you to think. And if you say exactly what I want you to say. Crazy. We need to stem from grades, letters, and in turn labels, linking student success or abilities to a product quality. We need to communicate clearly with students and teachers and parents and about what constitutes equitable assessment and what institutional practices, by contrast, sow seeds of self-doubt and lead to destructive labeling, ranking, and gatekeeping. Assessment is such a great way to express what students are learning and to see what we're teaching them. But we can assess skills and learning in a way that is less demeaning and far more about the growth of each unique individual. Learning skills, learning goals, passions, what we need, which could be greatly understood from taking a look at Finland's updated educational system and what I plan to implement into my macro and micro institution. Equality of opportunity. We cannot assess each child the same, nor should we want to. Not trying for excellence, but just wanting everyone to have a fair chance. Eliminating competition. We're going to step back and allow students to determine what they're passionate about and follow their dreams. Tests are silly and homework is crap. We need to figure out what these kids want to do and give them opportunity to do it well. We need frequent ongoing breaks throughout the day, and we need to empower students to enjoy learning for learning's sake, not for fear of receiving a letter that comes after B or for a number that's lower than 73. They need to come away with a lifelong appreciation for learning, and that's assessment. Don't you think?